All right, we're back. Last week, there was a vault episode. That was a thing.
Yeah. Did you guys not know we had a vault? As if you didn't, you need to go over to punandgame.com. You can get all the backlog.
Ah, self-plugging. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I tried to do it off the top. We always do it at the end, and I don't think anybody knows we have a website.
Yeah. So all you have to do is in that search bar on Pornhub, type in Pun and Game.
Yeah. In between cranks, listen to a couple guys talk about cranking it, and then go back to cranking
No,
it.
listen to two guys talk about the movie Crank, and then go back to actually cranking it.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a heavy Jason Statham episode. Oh, Jason Statham. I did a sketch this past
Did they
weekend.
actually pronounce heart, or did they say hearth? I've always thought they said hearth for some reason. Like how they pronounce it. Gotta keep me hearth beating. But I guess...
No, he doesn't say hearth.
Damn it.
No.
Damn.
It's not listen to your hearth.
No, that's heart too.
I know.
Okay.
No, I didn't realize today, until this last weekend, I did a sketch where I was doing like a British accent. And I was just realized I was doing Jason Statham, and the only reason it was turned into Jason Statham is because I was whispering doing it. Jason Statham is just doing a British accent, but whispering.
So are you telling me Austin Powers whispered turns into Jason Statham? Do I make you horny?
Yeah, see? You make me randy, baby.
Shall we shag now or shag later?
I'm telling you, if you just whisper in an English accent, you can do it.
You know what's great is that by whispering that, you're effectively making Crank 2 because everything he's doing is to keep his heart beating in that way.
Yeah.
I just need to have sex all the time.
I've lost my mojo, baby. You all one fart bastard.
Oh, fat bastard left the floater.
Yeah, dude, that's all you got to do.
All
It
right.
turns into Jason Statham.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious.
That's true. Oh, James Bond movies featuring Jason Statham.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Vault episode. You realize that hopefully we've come a long way, and now you're like, okay, maybe these new episodes don't suck so bad. Or you're like, man, they used to be funny.
Yeah, or option
It's
3.
a real double-edged sword we threw out there.
or option 3. They haven't changed at all.
No, which is where I'm trying to be in life. I'm done growing, dude. We're done.
Ah, mommy, wow, I'm a Toys R Us kid for life.
Yeah, Power Rangers for real.
The more I think about Power Rangers and specifically Tommy, he really did the backwards evolution because everybody else, like you went White Ranger, and then they really made it so everybody had their own distinct color.
You're right. Well, it's because they didn't do it with the White Ranger first. They did it with those first few, and they were like, "Oh, well, we have to, equality and all. Now we have to do this for the honkies."
It was, yeah.
Even making Kimberly pink is pretty on point.
Yeah, well, that was that was the only Lady Ranger in the.
No, that's not true.
No, in the original, whatever they lifted that shit from.
Oh yeah. The Yellow Ranger was not.
That was a dude.
Girl Ranger. Yeah, it was definitely because she didn't have the skirt.
Yeah,
that was the only difference.
Yeah, well,
the Pink Ranger was the only one who had a skirt. Even did she have a skirt in the movie?
I don't know. You know what's funny is the real recent Power Rangers they made.
Yeah,
they gave their suits like cans, like it's very obvious. I was like, oh, that was unnecessary.
They gave them what?
Like chesticles.
Oh yeah. They did the Joel Schumacher and put some bat nips on there.
Yeah, I was like, that's unnecessary for what we're doing here, but okay.
Okay, yeah, the pink. I was gonna say I don't remember the pink. The Pink Ranger did not have a skirt.
Is it bad that I remember so much about the Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, one of my first crushes? That's sad in my mind that I'm like, yeah, I remember her middle name too.
Well, no, that's just back then. That's what happened with like.
I only remember serial killers and crushes' middle names.
Yeah. Then that's not your fault, Nathan. That's society's fault.
Oh.
That's a brand marketing thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Damn it. That and catchy jingles, the bane of my existence.
Yeah, dude. The catchy jingles live in my head rent-free. I hate it. To this day, I can't stop. They don't even exist anymore, but you know how often I'll just be driving along and go, Shopko, the store for you, and I just go, fuck. They got me just reeled in, dude.
Yeah, you no longer get blue light specials, but you know where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Yeah. That's a Hy-Vee, not a Kmart thing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You just go to Kmart now. I miss.
You mean you go to Hy-Vee now?
Yeah. Did I?
You flip-flopped everything there, dude. You were just. I think you were just. Did
so
you
I
just
just
have a stroke?
No, I just watched Willy Wonka and I got really into that one scene.
Yeah. So, we are just we are in a generation that has been bombarded with commercialism in a lot of ways when you think about our entire childhood.
What are you talking
Look
about?
Look at us, Nathan. You're wearing a Star Wars shirt. I'm wearing a Power Rangers thing. You're wearing a Rangers hat.
Hey, let's be honest here, okay? Let's talk about this. Consumerism. It's our life. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to put that on under what we were saying. It's supposed to be just white noise in the background. Buy. Amazon. You see? Hey, did you see the thing they're trying to pass for? I think it's over in the UK, and everywhere else seems to be leading. Like, okay, you remember that episode of South Park? Man, I'm all over the place, but South Park when they did the episode about Des Moines, like, let's go 10 years in the past. I feel like that's America now with health, because now we're catching up. We're always last. Oh, those dyes that give you cancer? Yeah, we're gonna keep giving it to the Americans. Everybody else, we're getting rid of those. Just like
they're making us stronger, Nathan. Let's see if we eat the dyes, we'll become resistant to them.
I'd be all for that if you were doing like circa Russia in the late 80s, early 90s, doping. Yeah.
You mean when we're dragoing it, doing very specific machines for one muscle at a time?
Yes. It's called isolation workouts, dude.
I must die you.
So we get all of that going on, and like we got such crazy, like the red dyes is hilarious because that's like when Kellogg's came out and went, Fruit Loops is made the exact same way everywhere, and then it has the except the dyes and all this other stuff, and it's like, oh cool. So no, it's not.
No, it's not. How do they get away with like a technicality of that and saying that? And I just don't understand legally how you can say we make it the same way everywhere else except these things.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I really don't.
No.
And
they have some good lawyers.
They do. They do.
And I guarantee you they aren't eating those red dyes.
No, they're eating Post cereal.
It's going to cause me to have brain fog, and then I'm going to fuck up in court.
That's the dirty secret is
thousands.
Kellogg's people eat Post cereal. Post people eat Kellogg's.
I represent Kellogg, but I only eat Post. Gotta have my Pops.
I mean, come on. Corn Pops really missed. Pringles undercut them with their slogan.
Yes, 100%. Dude, Pops, like, they probably the only thing that doesn't have dye in it that's bad for you. They always seem like they were just packing peanuts they threw in a box.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
No, but God, they were good.
They are.
I don't know what they were made out of, but they were so good.
Styrofoam.
Until they got real
styrofoam.
soggy.
It's just sugared styrofoam.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I ate styrofoam once just because I thought for sure it was Pops. So I was like, well, this is the same thing.
I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. For sure.
But you were saying, anyway, they're trying to pass a legislation about what now?
Oh, my God. Now I'm blanking.
It was the red dyes. We're 10 years behind, like South Park.
I know what we were saying, but now I forgot what they were trying to... They're trying to pass something key, and fuck, dude, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I just had to scramble my brains from years of traumatic head injuries.
Yes.
I like
Clearly.
to slide down the stairs.
We take 1 week off, and you forget how to do this. This is why no days off, Nathan.
Okay, Bill Belichick, calm down.
You want to win a championship or not, dude?
So
okay?
they're trying to pass a law. I don't know exactly what year. There's a hard cutoff. Like, if you're born in 2027, you can never buy tobacco products. No cigarettes.
I remember they tried pitching this a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, now they're back. So they're trying to bring it back. And in Europe, where they named the cigarette a crazy funny name.
You're right. Well, that's why they're really trying to get rid of it. Like, we can't have people yelling this in the streets anymore. Yo, let me bum up. Oh, God. Let me bum up. I'm Jason Statham. Let me get a...
Well, if everybody speaks like Jason Statham, it's okay.
I'm Jason Statham. I got a voice like this from smoking.
But the fact that they're trying to do away with that, I'm like, that's insane. Because it's going to be like... They're going to get the old mob movies in real life where people are just driving box trucks with cigarettes in the back. Like it's a fucking... What were those? Was it the 50s where they did that shit?
Yeah, I would say so, something like that.
Yeah, I'm just picturing that happening because the second you do that, it's gonna become so much cooler to smoke again.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just gonna. Doing prohibitions never works. It just drives people to do the complete opposite.
Hey guys, okay, so what happened? Well, we legalized drugs and outlawed smoking. What happened? Everybody smokes now. I mean, that's always the way it goes. You outlaw something, it's more fun to do.
Yeah. I'm looking up the born tobacco. Here we go. No one born after tobacco ban in Europe. Okay, that is not correct. No one born after a tobacco ban in Europe will be able to buy tobacco. An increased effort in Europe to curb tobacco use in some countries implemented a certain generational ban. These bans do not apply to everyone born after a specific date across the entire continent. Well, no shit. I understand that.
Yeah, it's still a ban.
I want to know what country.
So they're doing a like, oh, we're going to wait until the next generation. So Gen Z, you're in luck.
Yeah, I like how Google's like, no, that's not what they're doing, but there are countries that are doing it.
That's not what they're doing, but it's being done. What?
No, not every country's going to do it, so you could treat Spain like Tijuana and go get a carton.
The only country I know will go up in arms and there'll be a revolt is France.
The United Kingdom is proposing legislation that would ban the sale of tobacco products for anyone born after January 1st, 2009. This means that the future generation...
No.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's what it says, though. There's a landmark... That was in 2024.
How are you going to do that?
November 2024.
How are you going to be like an authoritarian rule for people retrospectively?
Yeah. Well, I found a great article I can probably look over here, Nathan. This is from 2024, November 2024, so not too long ago.
No.
But it's from a very unbiased source called Tobacco Insider.
Oh, and they're saying, don't worry, it's going to be there.
Smoke them while you got them, fellas.
We're bringing Marlboro points back.
Yeah. Dude, Marlboro points just become black market Bitcoin dollars for cigarettes.
Oh, that would rule. That would rule. Hey guys, I got 6 cartons and I got 3 Marlboro coins.
Oh, dude, you're just gonna see cowboys like dealing like stockbrokers from America. Let me tell you something. I got some cowboy killers here that'll knock your dick off.
They're just flipping their coin.
Yeah. You ever felt the nice smooth pull from a filter Marlboro Red?
You ever
put your dick in the dirt?
You ever like having that deterrent from people that can't stand it and you just blow it in their face and they go away like the wind?
Yeah. This is why we fought the British, so we could have our cigarettes in peace and smoke a nice cowboy killer. Now you got all these fancy pants Europeans fighting to smoke our cigarettes.
we're all calm because this is meditative. But if you're using those vapes, you got popcorn lung. You're dead.
What is it? Okay, the tobacco or lifetime tobacco ban refers to a banning of cigarettes and tobacco sales to anyone born after a certain date at any point in their lifetime, regardless of how old they are, to make smoking a thing of the past. Typically speaking, that could also be defined as a steadily rising legal smoking age by 1 year every year until no one is eligible to buy cigarettes or tobacco products. The idea originated from New Zealand and has been a matter of discussion around the world. So does New Zealand actually do this?
Yeah, that's why Australia hates them.
Oh, okay.
I could see him. Oh, you mean them cunts over the ocean? Okay.
Yeah. All right, mate. They don't like smoking cigarettes. Okay. You never get bit by a fucking venomous snake out here in the wilderness. You're gonna want to smoke after that, mate. I keep one on me.
I rubbed all
if I'm gonna die in the boonies, I'm gonna fucking die inhaling my lungs.
Rubbed all the vapes in a koala's ass. I did.
Well, Steve Irwin's just like, oh, I found a cigarette. Now I'm gonna catch it and put my thumb up its butt.
I mean, it is. That sucks.
I'm trying to look at there's a whole timeline here. It really breaks down this thing. It doesn't. I guess the UK.
Are they trying to? I think.
Introduce that
okay,
bill.
hey, correct me if you think I'm crazy. I think this is just a wild scheme so the government can be like, we care about you while simultaneously poisoning all our food.
Right. Well, also, I'm sure. I would assume most of the major tobacco manufacturers are all here in the U.S., so they don't want to give us any more money. Right?
Probably. I would assume. Well, the company
tobacco, I feel like it's mostly grown in Virginia and stuff, isn't it? Isn't that the whole fucking thing?
No, I think there's got to be bigger tobacco fields in other areas.
Oh shit! No, it's China. The major tobacco producing countries are China, India, Brazil, and the United States. These four countries together account for a significant portion of global tobacco.
So here's the question: is
production.
it? Oh, we got our tobacco and opiates mixed up. You guys are just smoking downers.
Yeah. I didn't know China had a bunch of tobacco, but that makes sense. Those motherfuckers smoke.
Oh, dude, it's like I don't know what it is about the Middle East. You hear about people living so long and they never, unless they're eating, don't have a cigarette in their mouth.
Yeah, or smoking hookah. They love smoking hookah.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? It's like Baskin Robbins of tobacco.
Yeah. 31 flavors. Put them all in the fucking bowl. Let's go. Yeah, that's that'll never happen here in the United States. It will probably will. What am I saying? At this point, it will. I don't know.
Like I said, we're always 10 years behind. Like in 10 years, they'll announce it. But hey, we're gonna do this.
Well, that's why all the tobacco companies now are just becoming nicotine companies and creating chemicals that you could have. No, we don't have tobacco. We have nicotine.
Yeah, totally different.
It's just like those companies are like, we don't sell weed. We sell CBD.
We sell Delta 8. Totally different.
Listen, all of America is just Mad Men. It's just like, you don't sell cigarettes. You sell toasted cigarettes. It's all a marketing thing, dude. It's how can you spin it legally?
Yeah, they sell nicotine. I mean, which is just salt. Only idiots use that.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, only somebody puts a lip pillow in right before every podcast because God forbid they go an hour without feeling something.
Yeah, there's a deep hole in their heart that they'll never fill.
Yeah.
It's real.
But it creates the need for fillings in your teeth.
I don't think that's been proven yet.
The studies are not conclusive on that, okay?
Okay, yeah. There's no conclusive evidence. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you believe science now all of a sudden?
Yeah. It's space magic.
Space magic. Well, yeah, that's I'm not surprised in the slightest, though. You telling me are you really surprised Europe taking away freedoms? You're telling me the European countries don't believe in freedom?
No, yes and no. Part of me thinks that good old Zuckerberg is just continuing a good old 1776 tradition of sticking it to the man. So if you make just a post on Facebook, and guess what? You're going down.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I don't know where I didn't get the connection there at all.
You can get arrested now for post on Facebook.
Oh yeah, you can in Europe.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
I've seen that happen.
They're really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, honestly, that makes me feel like I need to step up my posting game. I want to be wanted in Europe.
I mean,
I feel like that's bragging rights, being like, I'm wanted in Europe.
All of Europe.
What'd you do? Post a fucking sick-ass meme.
I put Happy IRA Day. I'm wanted everywhere.
Yeah. I had an RAA plane flying into the Big Ben and said...
I had it flying in saying, finish the lean.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah, I forgot about that whole thing. That's an entire fiasco over there. I don't know enough about it. I've just heard about it, which makes me go, I don't know how much of this is actually true.
I've seen videos. And
I've seen videos of people getting arrested, but like there are people trying to claim like it's happening all the time. I'm like, is it?
Yeah, it's hard to say, but either way, it's crazy because this is as close as we've ever come to the movie Minority Report. Is them having I put my thoughts out there and I'm arrested for my thoughts.
Yeah, well. Thoughts are pretty cool.
Thoughts are cool, and it makes you wonder, like, is this a new, like, MK Ultra? It's just out in the open? It's Facebook post?
Yeah, well, no, we've been MK Ultra, Nathan, into sharing our entire lives via podcast. This is all a scam. We got tricked.
Well, I blame the nicotine salts.
Yeah, I do, too. I blame the jewels. They were bad for the kids. They were.
But Barry Licious was so
Fruity
good.
made me podcast.
It was so good.
Yeah.
But with what's going on in the world, it makes me want to retreat into the world that I have created, in which you guys helped me discover upon moving, and that is my inability to move things to clean for the dust world I created.
Oh, yeah, dude. I didn't realize you lived in the Dune universe as much as fucking dust and sand was blowing around.
I just needed to find sandworms. I was just looking for
them. Yeah, dude. Nathan, I always thought your place was pretty clean for the most part. You know, you have the dog. You got the dog, and that happens, right?
Let's
like
be
you're
honest.
gonna have some hair and stuff,
okay,
right?
Okay, yeah.
Not a bad deal. But when, your bookshelves always look pretty clean. But when I helped you move, and you had taken everything off, I don't know how you didn't before we got there look at all your stuff and go, I gotta at least wipe everything down. Nobody could see this. Like this is all of my dead skin cells for the last 5 years are in this apartment.
I was trying to make a genetic copy of myself. Okay, I needed the sample information.
Yeah. You could have balled up all the dust in Nathan's house, rolled it up, and made a Frosty the Dust Man out of it.
Not quite that big. More like Olaf from Frozen, like mid-size.
Just slap a Texas hat on him, and there you go. There's his whole fucking little... Look, he came to life.
Give me nicotine. I want nicotine.
Yeah. That's the only thing. I think if you would have poured like some of that nicotine salt on it, it would have came to life like a real boy.
Oh, that would have been great.
That's the fairy dust. Just crack open a rogue and sprinkle it on, and whoa, I'm alive. I'm a real boy.
Feed me, Daddy. Just throwing nicotine pouches at it.
What's that thing? I don't know, dude. I accidentally threw a rogue at a dust pile the other day, and it like metamorphosized. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
All I know is It's been accused of being Slender Man and every other nightmare you could think of.
It stares at me at night from the corner. It doesn't sleep.
I'm giving it hands now so it can do my job for me.
Yeah. You just got a dust monster going into work. Like, hey, you guys ever notice Nate doesn't shower anymore?
Yeah.
Got fucking Pigpen over here coming into the office.
Just tie a little blanket on the back to try and keep the dust in.
Yeah.
He's wearing sweats every day.
I can't believe Rogue is putting these kind of chemicals that are bringing dust bunnies to life.
And then they're like a Megazord. They just keep connecting and growing.
Yeah. It was a wild amount of dust, dude. It was so crazy.
In all fairness.
There's no.
Oh, there is a fair.
Hey,
there is a
I'm going to
fairness.
preempt this. There's nothing fair about what you're going to say. I'm going to let you say it, but there's nothing fair about it.
Okay. I'm going to look at, based on what you just said, I'm going to talk from the perspective of Angel Hernandez. It was fair. It was in the box. I cleaned everything that you could see. I didn't ever think, like, hey, I need to move all these books out of the way.
Yeah.
Behind them.
You do.
No. See, that's the thing. Once you read them, you don't touch them again. You just leave them there for show. And then when people take them out, the dust comes out and they think it's a tome. You're like, oh, yes, it's vital knowledge that you have.
There's got to be treasure in this book. It hasn't been touched in years.
Yeah, this is glorified knowledge, which is great because I do have some very helpful books.
Yeah.
I said, and now, I did say some because it's under one hand. there's like,
pulling out an Edgar Allan Poe book's really going to be educational. It's going to really tell you about how much you want to kill yourself.
You know, looking at his life work, because I own everything he has in what could only be described as a Bible format, the way this book came in, and I got it in 7th grade. If that doesn't tell you about my psyche, I don't know what else to say.
Who the fuck reads I've never read an Edgar Allan Poe poem or any writing. I don't know any of his work.
Really? You've got to know, like, the
Which is
Raven.
why you probably let everything get dusty. You're like, what's the point? God, life is so cruel.
I'm going to do opiates and die in a gutter.
We are just dust in the wind.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. Guys, did you hear that knock under the floor? It's the beating heart of the man I killed.
Oh, he's the one who wrote that?
Yeah.
The Death of a Salesman? Right? Isn't that the name of that one?
Nah, it's been so... I don't know.
I don't know. If it's the one with the heart beating under the floor, I think it's Death of a Salesman. Okay.
But I don't remember the title. It's been so long since I've read all those.
It might not be that. I could be making up a completely different thing. And you know why I don't care? Because I'm not a fucking nerd.
Well, I can tell you this. I randomly read one of those, and I was like, yep. Nothing about this book is happy. There's nothing in there.
Why did you keep reading it?
Oh, because it
Why
rules.
do you like that?
I don't know. I love it. I find it peaceful to read. And that describes so many things because you've seen my algorithm in Instagram. Like,
yeah, that's so fucking weird. And it's too bad you got hurt and got discharged from the army. You would have been the perfect soldier. Nothing would have bothered you.
I would have been like...
Everyone else is watching ISIS beheading videos like, oh my God. Nathan's like, can we do another? That was fucking sick.
I'm taking part and I'm like Gimli in Lord of the Rings calling out numbers.
Yeah. 1 terrorist, 2 terrorists, 3 terrorists.
Well, that's the count.
I know. I'm just thinking of counting. But I guess, see, I can defend the Edgar Allan Poe book having dust on it. That makes sense. You were aesthetically going for something. But having everything else covered in dust was dude, what was crazy is the fact that you didn't dust the back of your computers, your TVs, or anything. How was everything not extremely hot in your... That's not enough. That's not how you clean... What's the inside... Have you ever dusted the inside of your PCs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so magically the thing you don't see all of a sudden needs to be clean.
Well, it's got to run better.
No, that's an efficiency thing, and I want it to run at optimal speed, and thus it's really gonna clog up and stop my frame rate from being as high as I want it to be.
So it could affect the ports on the motherboard for the VRAM that comes in from the GPU, and then I could get I got my 32 gigabytes of RAM for everything else to run properly, and I just don't want stuff to get in there, especially on the CPU fan, because that could clog up, and then it heats up, and that does affect frame rate. So you really want to make sure you get in there, because if that gets in there and fucks up your thermal paste, it could fry your motherboard, and then that's not good. That's
I
all
got
true.
a new.
Shit.
I got a new.
I just realized
graphics card.
when it comes to a fucking computer, I'm complete dork.
Yeah, you're also you have fucking weird ass priorities. Then you're like, why can't I get a girlfriend? Because you're too concerned about the box that's sitting in front of you and not one that's out there.
No, they would argue after the ones I've dated, I'm too concerned about the box in general.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I'm not surprised on that aspect. I knew I led you down that path. I knew that was the case because I know for a fact. But the fact you didn't dust your TV, the TV blew me away.
I did dust the TV.
Not the back of it. The little exhaust ports on the back were fucking disgusting on the back.
I love
how
you say they have exhaust ports like they're just revving up to do the Indy 500.
That's what they are. That's what those slits in the back are for. They're exhausted because the TV heats up.
Nah, dude. Mine had a cooler in it.
Yeah, I have a cooling system in it. It also has an LED display system on the back, which is changing colors to vibrantly explode.
I really want to accentuate the picture, so it needs to display out on my wall. Coincidentally enough, my daughter actually wants that.
Yeah, of course she does, because she's a teenager, and that's really in for whatever reason.
I don't know why. I'm like, why not be cool and put that money towards an awesome TV?
Everybody wants like the LED lights too on the back of stuff.
It looks so stupid.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Although I shouldn't say it looks stupid. I think it looks cool. I just don't want to do it, and then like it's just not enough work, or it's too much work.
It's not enough work. This is too easy. I don't feel like doing it.
We did that at our apartment when I lived with Sam. We put it around our window, which we thought was kind of fun because it was like $2. We found them at like Dollar Tree.
No, the ones that my daughter wants are like it plugs into your TV, and then what's going on in the TV in that square, it extends out that particular color.
Oh,
so if like there's cool. like gunfire going off, it looks like it's supposed to mimic like the yellowish fire going out.
Well, I know why she wants that, because her generation have no ability to focus, so they need constant flashing in order to keep them drawn into the TV.
They needed to make it like a giant phone.
Yeah. They need to almost be borderline seizuring all the time in order to feel anything.
I didn't even think about that. You think that those have to come with seizure warnings, right? Have to.
They have to.
It just says, hey, there's a 95% chance you may enter epileptic seizure on this.
If you watch Japanese anime from the 90s, you're gonna fucking die of a seizure.
Or anything like Clockwork Orange or The Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like 80s like Saturday morning cartoons, because they were they were bright
lights.
Colors.
Yeah.
Well, they were bright colors, and they had to be even brighter because they were on the old fucking TVs, right?
Yeah,
they were
those
made for
CRTs.
that format.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, but they were shittier quality, right? So the color's not as bright. So the colors on it are even. You ever watch an 80s cartoon now on like your super high def TVs?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're awesome.
The fucking colors are so vivid, it hurts.
I know. That's
like,
those are the ones that the people that do mushrooms, I guarantee you're like, these cartoons still hit just like when I was a kid.
Yeah, you're just frying. By the way, they're dying. They're thinking they're enjoying the experience, but they're actually dying. They're like,
well, that's
good.
Like
a fucking pug.
That's good.
Dying.
So I can write a couple chapters to the Edgar Allan Poe book.
Yeah.
The killer colors of the world.
Yeah. As he laid seizuring like a pug in front of X-Men.
I asked him if I could take his nicotine pouches, and he shook yes.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't. If nicotine pouches existed when Edgar Allan Poe was around, I don't think he would have done heroin.
He totally would have put heroin on the nicotine pouch.
True. Yeah.
All he'd do is
and then boofed it.
just crazy with his opiates. That guy.
Yeah. Do you think that's where, like, if he's like in the afterlife, he's just got to be looking at people doing drugs completely different ways. He's got to look at boofing like, why didn't I think to put heroin up my butt?
Wherever he is, he's hanging out with rock stars, and they're just trading stories of how high they got,
right?
Based on their success.
Yeah, but Edgar Allan Poe would be a bummer to get high with. Because he'd just be all sad, and then he's hanging out with these rock stars who are talking about getting pussy all the time.
Yeah, that's why he'd do really good with the emo bands.
See, but emo bands aren't really Edgar Allan Poe like. They're posers compared to Edgar Allan Poe. Because they all started emo bands to get pussy.
Okay, fair enough.
They're Warped Tour chasers.
They initially go to Edgar Allan Poe because they think the Poe stands for poser. So then they're
they wanted chicks in vans to get in their vans. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's a couple dorks that just got into it because they thought about getting into vans meant they were getting free shoes.
Yeah. That was the joke I was making, but.
Okay. I thought you were just talking about the creepy van that has a bed in it.
No, I was making fun of Warped Tour because all those chicks would wear Vans shoes to their van, so look for Vans to get into Vans.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, right over your head,
sail
dude.
Away,
You're just not about that life, dude.
Sail away.
You should just probably go check on your Dust Bunny child.
Hey, man, no, I'm sorry. My Dust Bunny child's wearing Chuck Taylors, God damn it. It's not wearing Vans.
Yeah, I still can't believe you didn't dust the back of the TVs. That was the crazy part to me.
They're dusted now.
Yeah, after Mom did it for you. You had to have Mommy come in and wipe down your stuff for you. Oh, do I need to wipe down your stuff for you?
Yes, you do.
Yes, Mommy, please.
I don't know how to do it.
I just don't know how to do it.
I'm making a me out of the dust.
Isn't that special? But it's wrong!
Speaking
of... It was disgusting, and I was just horrified about what I saw around your place.
I've seen so much worse. I was just like, it cleans up, whatever.
It does clean up. I'll give you that. Okay, what are you grading on the scale of a hoarder? Like, that's fucking. You can't be like, I've seen worse. Of course, we've all seen worse. I live across the street from one.
I mean, admittedly, I'm talking about TV. But yeah, hoarders.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh no, that's where Fluffy Mittens went. It's that skeleton under my chair.
I had half of mine while I was helping you move stuff. You know what the thought that came through my head? I was like, dude, to
do jackass shit and just throw shit off the balcony and be like, oh,
dude, I'm totally gonna break Nathan's TV. He's gonna be so mad. Come on, Wade, why are you doing that?
Oh, I'm gonna be fucking Vito, and you're gonna be Bam.
Come on, Wade, don't be throwing my stuff. What the thing I was thinking the entire time is that dirty and dusty things where I was like, I'm gonna pay for a maid to come on your birthday. That was the idea, just to watch how mad you get. You sent a fucking maid to my house.
Yeah, and I would be pissed because I'd be like, it's not the kind of maid I was expecting. This experience gets a 2 out of 10.
Yeah, she's wearing fucking scrubs. Where's the first maid?
I tried to give her extra money, and she said no. This is bullshit. I saw this how this works.
I had my dick out and everything, and it just didn't go the way I wanted.
I even acted surprised when she came in the door.
You had to let me know. I didn't even have my camera ready. No, I thought it'd be really funny. I was thinking about the whole time is like how funny it would be to not tell you and just have a maid show up and just have her tell her, be like, Wade sent me. Just the immediate phone call and you being like, the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I mean,
because at first you'd be happy, but then you'd be like, that's so mean.
I'd
be stoked that, like, I guess it's really clean, but man, fuck that guy.
Yeah. That would
Yeah,
fucking blow.
That was the fantasy. If you ever saw me laughing to myself while I was moving stuff with you, it's because I was thinking about that the entire time.
Oh shit, dude. That sucked though. Fucking moving blows, dust everywhere.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yo,
We left that dumpster. We left that dust bunny child by the dumpster too.
Yeah, otherwise known as the fire department. We were talking about drugs earlier, and Houston's got drugs naturally.
Yeah,
they're well known for it, but apparently they have a drug.
Are they well known for it?
What?
Is Houston really well known for drugs?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a new thing for me.
Yeah, just weed.
Oh, okay.
Just mom and pop stores. Shores. You know, they
mom
put
and
a
pot
funnel.
shops.
Put a little funnel down to Galveston so they could get on the beach.
Hell yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. So what do they have going on in
They got
Houston, then?
drug-addicted rats.
Oh, man. So people are snitching and they're addicted to drugs?
Well, it's funny because they're eating the narcotics that are seized by Houston police, which leads me on something else because I saw not that long ago there was a big report coming out about all the police headquarters, or are they still called headquarters, or are they just called like the department? I always get that.
Fuck it. Who
But
gives
either
a
way,
shit?
their evidence.
I call it the barn because all the pigs are in there.
Fair play. That's why I call my vehicle the ranch, because that's where all the horses live. So we go through this, and I see an article also come up about this because they're talking about, hey, they're eating narcotics seized and stored in their little evidence lockers. There was an article that came out saying the police departments across the United States possibly have the largest drug just supply in the world because they kept it all. They're pulling out shit from like, this is something we seized in '88. They're just pulling out bricks of cocaine, weed, you name it. They're pulling out. They're just showing off all these cool drugs they have. Like it's a museum of drugs. Now, if you pay $20, you can go in and sample.
Yeah. That'd be awesome, honestly. I would be totally down for the sample, especially to get some pre-'80s Coke.
This shit is pure. This is Pablo Escobar Coke.
That's why when I saw the video, they're like, we're going to burn any evidence prior to 2009. I was like, don't do that! That stuff doesn't have fentanyl!
Oh, I thought you were going to ask, like, where are you burning it at so I can be nearby?
Dude, there are a couple, like, drug addicts who went, guys, I found El Dorado. It's in Houston.
I mean, it's everywhere. I'm surprised after hearing that, like, seeing that or hearing it, like, but after seeing that article, I'm really surprised that more people haven't done like Blue Streak, that movie where they're having to break into the place to get the jewel, but instead they're like, hey guys, we need a U-Haul. We're loading up all of it.
Yeah, 100%. There's 400 pounds of marijuana, they said, in storage.
That's just in Houston. But
that's just in Houston.
And so now with these rats, which convince me that it's not a person. When you say rats, come on.
No, I think they're just. I think it is rats. I think it's just rat fuck over here.
Okay. Well, without these drugs, how'd it learn to cook so well?
Yeah.
Riddle me that.
If you guys ever thought if we took cheese and maybe like melted it, it would be better. Whoa. This is my solution. They're talking about burning it all, right? This is where cops are dumb, right? This is I know how we.
Hey, you need to get some money for your pensions, dude. Sell it.
The pensions? And everybody's worried, okay, let's defund the police like everybody was talking about, right? Now they have to sell the drugs in order to fund their thing. This is a good, fun romp comedy, Nathan. Oh, we've been defunded, guys, and if we want to keep this department afloat, we got to sell some drugs. This summer, the police department's going to go wacky for cocaine.
Jackson, Watson, you're on the corner of 5th and L. Get going. You come back with any of that snow, we got a problem. Yes, Chief.
They're now beating up people to buy, so they buy drugs. Start buying drugs. Start buying drugs.
People are peeling out when they see it's cops. They're shooting out tires to get up there. You will buy a pound.
Yeah. But for real though, not in that aspect, right? Not like selling on the corner, but they do evidence auctions for like cars and stuff for police. They do police auctions where they sell off cars and stuff they seize.
Brilliant. Why? Brilliant. What you're saying is brilliant. They need to do it just like those nerd conventions where they do blind boxes. Be like, you never know what you're going to get. You could get keys. You could get 2 pounds of blow. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But like you could, because weed. Oh, I guess not in Houston, but like a lot of the country, right? Where weed's legal. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't they sell the surplus marijuana to dispensaries who would buy the product and then resell it? Because they have the equipment then to test it and make sure it's like good.
Yeah, just like sell the blow to hospitals, because they legally use it.
Yeah. Do hospitals still legally use cocaine?
I don't know. They used to, so I guess
they
still do.
Doctor's like, you're going to fucking love this stuff. Keeps me fucking going all day and day.
What are you doing, Doc? Teeth whitener. Don't worry about it. Just like...
I've done 4 abortions and 2 amputations today.
Heart surgery in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I know exactly how the heart works because I can feel mine beating right now. I can feel every pulse.
I don't even use sutures anymore. I just gum it up a little and put it on the around. It's like a wax.
I just cut people open and rub a little cocaine on the carotid artery.
Clears it right up. No stints needed.
The person's just on the operating table, just like,
yeah. Oh shit! He wasn't supposed to wake up. I put too much in. Shit.
Real Uma Thurman moment there.
Yeah. What Wolf of Wall Street? That's their code. Is Wolf of Wall Street? They just pumping them full of lewds to get them to go back to sleep.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they don't sell this shit. Like, it just makes sense. You know what you should do with the cocaine is you just call Pablo back up. You're like, you want your shit back, dude?
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're going to need a seance for that.
Is he dead? I can't remember which one's dead.
I'm pretty sure Pablo Escobar's dead.
Is it? I think he is, probably.
You
Who's
could
the one?
You
El
could get that
Chapo's who I'm thinking of who's alive, right? And escaped?
Oh, yeah. In his elaborate tunnel that was dug out by what I can only describe as a Looney Tune escape.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy that tunnel was paid for by cocaine?
It had electricity. It had fucking electricity.
Yeah,
They showed it, and it's got lights and everything. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's almost like he preemptively paid the government to make sure he had a cell ready for him when he got there.
Yeah. That shit is wild.
He probably wasn't even worried when he got arrested. He's like, oh, yeah, you caught me. He's just like... At first he was like, take me to my cell. And he was like, my cell. He went to the wrong cell first. I said, my cell.
Well, I mean, yeah. I honestly think, like, at this point, like, all drug cartels are just waiting for their Bezos moment. They're like, hey, we'll just treat it like weed, and we'll just open up a store. We'll just wait for the police to start selling our shit.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to... Yeah, you're not wrong. I love that like, drug cartel leaders like that, rather than like we're worrying about spending money to go to space, they're digging tunnels under prisons. They should have talked to El Chapo about the Elon Boring Company. They could have learned a lot from him. How did you bore under existing structure?
I thought you were talking about the flamethrower he sold for the Boring Company.
No, the Boring Company. Well, that was to raise money for the Boring Company. But the Boring Company is actually about boring.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think just putting people to sleep.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Any of his podcast appearances he's on.
I thought they were like done with digging and shit like that. And let's be honest, the only digging that should be done is for bunkers that will ultimately serve no purpose because life ends. You're fucked anyways. You're just prolonging the inevitable. But the real reason you should be digging.
You don't want to get trapped underground and suffocate like Hitler?
No. I want to have one of those people dig, and the whole purpose is, hey, we're looking for treasure. That's it. We're just digging for treasure. And they need to go to
still
islands.
Hidden treasure out there
in islands. Yeah, on the floor beds of the ocean, sure.
Yeah, well, there's like a for sure like proof about that, like sunken ships that had treasures on them that are like lost forever at the bottom of the sea, right?
Yeah, or better yet, I want to see them dig around in the desert in Egypt. They'll find some shit.
Yeah, I guess so. They found those tunnels. They need to go check out what's boring down in those.
That'd be great. Just a bunch of fucking spiders.
Yeah, we just only. What if we accidentally wake? I had a book idea a long time ago. It's not an original book idea, but like it was a guy who
raising
like,
raw.
Yeah, basically that's essentially what it was. It was a guy who was a train robber, gets killed during his last train rob. God doesn't want him to like just go to hell, so his punishment is he lives in purgatory, guarding the gates of hell, making sure nothing gets out. And
so Cerberus has retired.
Yeah, and so they make him guard the gates of hell, and then everything gets out, and then he has to go back up to the world and find and hunt all the demons.
Oh,
down.
Cool.
That was the idea.
I like Constantine too.
Dude, there's nothing original about this thought. And I forget where I was going with this. What were we just talking about? Oh, but yeah, like that's what'll happen if we go digging in those tunnels under Egypt. Is we will open the gates of hell, and that's when
there's worse
Christians
things.
Would be so happy to be like, I fucking told you.
It'll be like Patriot fans when they're like, I told you Brady would win if you let him go.
Yeah. Brady's my Messiah.
Yeah. So it's funny though that Houston place decided to burn stuff because there's been instances where the police departments have done this, and then mysteriously a quarter of the town is like, we felt so weird today, and it's like, yeah, you're downwind.
Yeah, I fucked up my buddy's W-2 today. I was doing Texas. The H&R Block got hotboxed downwind.
Everybody's gender said yes, please, under sex.
Yeah, it always happens. I don't. The only time I've ever seen it not happen is if they use they have like an industrial incinerator, where it's like it just.
Yeah, and all the departments on the roof.
Yeah.
Guys, want to watch
the entire police force of Houston has been fired today after not passing a drug test.
Oh, I thought you were going to say for napping on the roof for 3 days.
They were nodding out on the job.
I just see him walking all to the gas station, just like, just need some dogs.
Yeah. They cleared out 17 different donut shops of their entire supply. More at 11.
Taco Bell is out of bean paste for bean burritos.
Yeah, it's always funny when they say they're going to burn the shit. What's one of my favorite clips that because I sent you this video and then we found the article, but one of the favorite quotes in that video is a guy going, "We have like 10 pounds of cocaine that a guy that we arrested for 20 years ago. He's now out of jail and we still have the evidence." That guy's probably watching like, "The fuck?"
Yeah. Yeah, how funny is that? If your shit gets burned, you'd be like, "What? I didn't sell anything. Where's your proof?"
Yeah. Yeah. Did you reappeal your case?
Yeah.
Where was it? Well, here's this photo. That could be a photo of any pound of marijuana.
Do you still have it? Because I put a little note in mine, so if you look, there'll be we don't have. Oh.
Oh, too bad. I always mushroom stamped all my weed, so unless you have that DNA evidence on there, you're not getting it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah, you always got to
so
leave your mark
dumb.
on your stuff, and then you never lose it.
So dumb.
Yeah. You know where you need to leave your mark?
Punagame.com. Check it out. Monday through Friday. Monday through Sunday. The entire network is there free for you throughout all the week. So you can get the beginning to the end right now. Or continuing on, whatever. But also YouTube.com. Man, you can tell it's been a little bit.
It's been a week, and Nathan can't podcast anymore.
Yeah.
He can't do his fucking spiel.
It's just got so much stuff going on. It's rough. We lit things on fire from a police station. Yeah, but on YouTube, type in that search bar, Comic Wade Taylor, no spaces, and you get that man's little clips.
Yeah.
Clips. You get clips of his stand-up. You get clips of this show, Not Worth the Time, all that fun stuff. So like and subscribe there. But then back on punandgame.com, get some merch.
That's right, everybody. Head over to the Pun and Game shop where you get yourself T-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to remember
Discount weed
your
from the
favorite
police
shows here. You represent your favorite shows here at punandgame.com. So go get yourself something cool to represent your favorite shows. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF, and that gets you free shipping at checkout.
It's a fire sale. We're out. Peace.
Man, like, you guys ever, like, look at your badges? They look weird.
Who is this?